Hi everyone, Christine Sapola here. Just wanted to reach out with a few updates for you. One, the market and economic updates you've been receiving from my partner Rick Waddell, the Chief Investment Officer of RFG Advisory, will continue coming, so just keep an eye out for more of those. The second thing I wanted to talk about is the key points that you should know resulting from the recently signed stimulus package. First and foremost, the deadline for filing your 2019 tax return has been pushed back to July 15th. So you have a little more time there. That deadline also applies to your 2019 IRA contributions, which is nice. For those who are of the age where they must take distributions out of their retirement accounts, you should know that that requirement has been waived for 2020. So if you do not need that income, there's no reason to take it and pay income taxes on it. And finally, regarding the stimulus package, I want individuals and small business owners especially to know that there are many ways that you can get financial assistance if you've been affected financially by COVID-19. Feel free to reach out to me directly so we can talk about your specific situation and I can help guide you on which solution might be the best fit. And finally, what I wanted to talk about today was really just some frequently asked questions I've been getting as a result of prior videos you may have seen. The first one has to do with tax loss harvesting. I've been getting the question of, exactly what is it and why are we doing it? First off, you should know that tax loss harvesting only applies to non-retirement accounts. And the reason for that is in a non-retirement account, whenever you sell a position that has profits in it, you will pay what's called a capital gains tax on those profits for that tax year. Well, when you have losses from a position, you are allowed to use those losses to offset gains in any given tax year. If you don't have gains to offset against losses, you are allowed to use up to $3,000 of losses against your income, and you are allowed to carry forward losses to future tax years. So maybe you don't have gains this year, but if you have them in a future year, the nice thing is you can use those losses at that time. So we are looking at positions to see if they have losses. If they do, we're purposely taking them because we could easily reinvest in a very similar position where you're still invested, but we're taking a tax loss, and that helps you from an income tax standpoint either this year, future years, or both. So that's a little bit about what it is and why we do it. If you have questions, let me know. The other question I'm getting is, exactly what is rebalancing? And here I think it's important to know that a lot of effort goes in to make sure clients have the right mix of stocks and bonds. And that, determining the right mix has to do with what your goals are, what your time frame is for achieving those goals, and what your tolerance for risk or loss really is. How much of a ride up and down are you really able to stomach? So let's use the example that the target mix for a client should be 50% stocks and 50% bonds, right? Well, what happens during some of this market volatility is we get off of our target a little bit. So maybe that 50% in stocks becomes 40%. And now we have more bond exposure than we really want to in order to achieve our goals. Rebalancing allows us to sell some of the bonds and buy back into some of the stocks to get back to our target mix. And in doing so, we end up buying things that have declined in value and selling things that either haven't declined as much, they've maintained value, or they've increased value. So that's what rebalancing is, and that's a great strategy to use in these volatile times just to take advantage of some price dislocations. As always, if you have any questions at all on this or anything, know that I am here for you. I'd love to hear from you, and stay healthy. We'll talk soon. Bye.